Welcome to Her Wind Down. Today is our first episode.
Woo!
Yay! And we're going to be talking about friendship. That's why we're all wearing yellow, because yellow represents friends. And we met probably like 8 years ago.
Yes, we did.
And Denise was the first one. We used to hang out.
She invited me to her house, and it just took off from there. She just let me know, like, look, this is what we're going to do. So
I was having a New Year's Eve party going on, and I said, hey, because, we met at church. And I said, hey, this is not a church function. There will be a little drinking. So if you drink, but don't just come like. So then she was like, okay. So then from there, we were like, okay. So we started hanging out. And then I met Angie, and I was like, Angie, come out to eat with us. And she was like, no. And then Denise was like, who is this? Why?
I don't want any more friends. It's just me and you. So, yes, that's how we met. So we went out to eat, and Angie came along, and we just took off from there, and her personality was just awesome, and we just blended in from there, and it's just like, yes, I love her.
She's all smiles, but she did not like her.
Well,
in the beginning.
She didn't. And it's okay. Because she loves me now.
Right.
She's trying to keep you all to herself. And I was like, no.
But
it's all love now.
We made it. We made it.
And that's why we're right by each other.
Yes, we are.
And so then we called it T. T-E-A.
T-E-A.
That's
So
right.
her first initial, so her real name is Edith, but we
Yes.
go by Denise.
Right.
So then we was like, oh, Team T. And then one day, we were leaving church, and we were all going out to eat again. And then Forrestine said, where y'all going? And we're like, nowhere with you. She was like, no, I'm going wherever y'all go. And she was like, I'm with you guys. And we were like,
No.
how old are you? Are you 21? And then she was like, no, I'm with y'all. Where we going? And she came with us, and she been here ever since.
She never left.
I bumped my way to where I knew I should be.
It's Team T.
And then, so it became Team Teef, T-E-A-F.
Right.
And then Tammy is my sister.
Yeah.
And so every time we did events, Tammy was always there, inputting, perspective, opinions, whatever it was. So then we put T to the second power, Eve.
Right.
Team T, second power.
So we are here.
Right.
Yes.
So,
We have arrived.
and this is how we all came together. So, how do you make friends? I'm sure everybody want to know, like, I have no friends. How do you make friends? So, let's start asking that. Forrestine?
Okay, so you have to be really cautious on who you select, first of all. You don't want to just select any kind of friend.
Right.
You want to select one that has all the qualities and the characters. You want to have a lot of similarities, but you need those unique ones. So for me, in this particular friendship, I knew where I was supposed to be, and they knew what they were missing. So it was like, okay, let me go ahead and give them what they need so that I can get what I need. And so that's how I view friendship on picking them. You just have to be real cautious. You know how you go to the grocery store and you knock on that watermelon to see if it's hollow? That's how you have to do your friendship. You got to be real particular, because when you bust it open, it got to be good.
Right.
So, what do you value most in a friendship?
Well, for me, it was hard for me to find friends because I always considered myself a very friendly person, and I will go above and beyond for anybody. But I found that I didn't get that reciprocated.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I was like, I don't need no friends. Thus, why I was added to this group last. I was like, yeah, Terry, no, I'm good. Have fun. And but you need people in your life. It helps create balance. And sometimes when you're sick of your husband, your kids, and everybody else, you got somebody else to talk to, and that's on your level that can understand, some of the same things that you're going through, and can give you sound advice if they have sound
advice.
That
That is true.
Yes.
What about you, Denise? Something you value?
Well, I value friendship to the most highest because what I struggled with was communication. I needed to communicate And when you don't communicate with that friend, different things get in your head because you're not communicating with that friend. So all of you, everybody is unique. Everybody have different personalities. So with me, I had to learn everybody's personality. So when you communicate with everybody's personality, it blends in so well. And you find out so much about that person, if they're sensitive, if they're, you know, over exaggerated or petty, you know. So, you know,
All of that.
all of that comes in with the friendship, and that's what the bond is. So you find out everyone's unique personality. That's how it blends in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
So what I value most with friendship, because I come from a big family and I have a ton of cousins, it wasn't like, you know, you were seeking for anything specific, but the most valuable thing about friendship is the authenticity that you get from each one, because there is something different from each one of them, beyond like the conversations, just the hugs, the cry moments, the check moments where it's like, okay, put your big girl panties on, stop crying, let's move on. This is what we're going to do, and this is how we figured it out. Now let's keep it going.
Right.
So for me, it's like the push, the pressure that they put, but it's the positive pressure that you get.
Wind down.
So yeah.
Yeah. And something you value?
You know, I think I value just, I think authenticity. Everyone is, like Denise said, unique. So you take a little bit of everything from everyone. So Forestine has her own thing that we take from her because she's the diva. Tammy has her own thing. She just does everything. Terry, she the boss. She always bossing us around. Because she bossy. No. But I'm glad that we're friends later on. Because I don't know if we would have stayed friends when I was younger. And then this one right here is just all.
Come on out.
Yes. Diva, petty, funny, over the top. So I think it's just really just the authenticity that you just appreciate for each one of your friends.
Yeah. With me, I think it'd be more so loyalty, you know, just someone that you feel like has your best interests at heart and is there for you, and your business is your business. It's not everybody's business.
Right.
Or, you know, knowing that they're going to be there, you know, and like the respect factor too. Like I'm really big on respect. It's like just everybody be respectful of each other, their surroundings, their loves, and stuff like that. And I feel like we really have that because we've had some conversations and talks. It's like, oh yeah, it's gonna work. It's gonna work. Yeah. So I value that. What is the biggest lesson you have learned over the years about friendship? Like something you've learned, like you just took with you from something happening and you just say, you know what, I really learned this as far as being a good friend. Denise, what do you think?
Well, the biggest lesson I learned is to just, you know, make sure you have friends that will pray with you when that time comes. Because you don't know, anything can happen in your life. It's where you can be going, your face is on where you're just happy and inside you're not happy. So if you can come to that friend and you get that friend and they can sit down and talk and pray with you and let you know, give you that positive feedback, it's going to be okay because it's someone out there that's just like you.
Right.
And you feel at that time that you're the only one going through that, and it's not true. So that friendship comes together, and that's how you really pick a friend. And if someone can sit down and say, honey, we need to put the wine down. Let's wine it down.
Right.
And let's talk about this. We're going to pray too.
Right.
But we're going to put this wine down. So, yeah.
Right.
Well, on that note, let me pour some wine.
Okay, so how do you maintain your friendship when life is busy? Want to take that one, Ange?
Yes, I have a very busy work schedule. And so, especially with this group, we stay connected. Every morning we do a prayer chain when everyone can remember. We talk consistently and we make sure that we just stay in touch. So I think no matter if I'm traveling or if I'm just like filming a lot, it's still good because no matter what, If I call them, even at any time, if it's an emergency, you guys are always just like, hey, is that mine?
Yes, it is.
Thank you.
I didn't want to interrupt your girl.
Even
Go
when I
ahead.
call you for the wine.
On
yes.
point. Yeah, that is good.
That's good.
And tell me, how do you maintain?
You just gotta run away, guys. Run away from the kids, the husbands, everybody. Just get out. Get out. Do what you gotta do. No, I'm playing.
No.
But no, life can be a lot. I have 4 kids, a husband, work, businesses. It's a lot. But you have to make time for yourself because you will lose yourself in your life. So just escape. Get out.
Making time for
Yeah, and my thing is never give up the location. So when you give up the location,
yes. Hold up.
they'll find you. No.
Go ahead and tell it, Ann.
So one day, when I first met you, we were at the church, and you came in because you were like, oh, you and Carlos had a little, well, you and your husband had a little tiff. And so I'm like, what are you doing here? She's like, girl, I'm trying to get away from my husband. We just had a little argument, and she's like, whatever you do, just don't give up the location. So we were downstairs in the community center, and like 5 minutes later, I just see these feet at the top of the stairs, and I fell out, and I said, girl, if that ain't your husband coming, he found the location. So she had to go back home. And she was just like, the last thing she said to me, and she looked back and said,
Give up.
never give up the location.
That's it. That is the key. So look, you guys, I have a game I put together.
All
so I'm going to
right.
read on my thing. So it's called Friend or Foe.
Okay.
Pass it down.
All right. Game.
And I put it in my phone. So I'm going to ask some questions, and you just hold it up and say friend or foe. Friend, yes, we can hang, we can kick it.
All right.
Foe, no. Foe, ho. Foe, no. Foe, no. Okay.
The only folks
Okay.
who like you.
Yes. Okay, so let me get to these questions. The first one. So,
Be nice, girl.
you.
Right?
So here goes a scenario.
Okay.
So you guys been knowing each other for a couple of months, you and a friend. But this is your second time going out to eat together, and this is the second time this has happened. So you guys are eating, the bill comes, and she doesn't dig in her pocket to even pay her part or anything. Friend or foe?
I'm going.
I'm gonna go with foe.
I'm gonna go with friend. Sometimes you gotta tell her.
You are so nice. I love you.
It's not because it's been
And
times
that is
that
I've been that friend.
Well, if that's the case, we all should be
We're gonna go with friend
We
then.
gonna go with friend on this
They're
one.
right in the middle, like,
Right?
right?
It's a thin line.
Because
I'm
we'll
still
go
saying
out
friend.
and Terry be like, oh, I got it, and you're like, okay, but she'll probably say it if she know that we don't have it. But then you can't keep doing it. If you keep doing it over 5 times, then you're foe.
Oh, so
Right.
five.
Oh, so you strike.
Five
Not a
times?
3 strike.
Not three strikes.
2.
3.
My card didn't change.
Oh,
Tammy.
2. Okay.
I go with
Thought
friend.
about making it sideways, but
You just have to. You have
Okay,
to
2
establish
strikes you
that.
out.
Okay.
Okay,
You have to
ladies, here's the
establish
next one.
that. Okay.
All right.
So a mutual friend comes to you and tells you that another friend of you guys said something about you, and you know for sure it had to be her because she was the only one that knew. Friend or foe?
I'm gonna say.
So she's just gossiping, and she got your business out there, and you know it was her because when you was going through that, you only told that person. So, friend or foe?
I'm gonna say still friend because you actually can communicate about it. That comes back to the question, like, if it's friend, I'm gonna, because it's a communication thing. You have to find out what it is and why. So
what
once
it
you-
is she said your business.
Yeah, and why is because she's not a good person.
Yeah, so I guess, look, the way I would
It
see
depends
that,
on who she's saying it to. Because if it's just y'all, then I'll be like, hey, they already know.
No, but if she said it to a mutual friend,
true.
But if she said it to somebody that was like, okay, we don't call them friends, but we call them associates.
Associate.
Yeah, so she just said it to associate, somebody that you really don't tell a lot of
Okay.
stuff to,
Well, yeah,
And then all of a sudden you just like, okay, because now you know that girl, you know the circle that she may hang out with, and now
Right.
they have some business that you really don't care them to have, for them to have. Friend or foe on that?
Okay, well, I'm gonna go with foe. Well, let's get us a wine.
Or
now.
do you guys look at that and say, you know, you're going to try to help her, talk to her, listen, this is how I
Well,
am?
that's what I was trying to get to.
Okay, go ahead. So,
Right
do you-
on,
do you-
yeah.
so that's the communication.
So that's the communication.
Yeah.
You know, you got to find out why.
Okay.
Why are you saying this? Why? And you know, come together and talk about it.
But who has time for that?
You do. If
You
love
have
them.
to, we got to go back
Make
to making
time.
time.
Yeah,
making
make
time.
time.
That's your
Right.
But
time.
Tanya's like,
You're
no,
still gonna
This is why she was the last edition. This is why she was the last edition. But I think no matter what, when you're friends and you love each other, you're gonna have misunderstandings.
Right.
That's
and
right.
But you do have to communicate.
That's
but
right.
if it continues to be violated, then that's the
then-
problem.
then
That's
and
it.
so, yeah.
Okay, I have one. It's not on here, but what if, do you feel like you have to tell your friend when you tell them something, hey, don't share this?
No.
No.
If you're friends, you shouldn't have to say
You
that,
shouldn't
right?
have to say that.
Right.
You don't
Okay.
have to give it to
No.
I just
you
wanted
don't
to
have
put
to.
that little nugget.
Just
on
for the
show.
record, no.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
no, no.
Okay.
You
So
shouldn't
here's
have to say
another
that.
one.
No. It's unwritten rule.
Okay. So every time she gets a new man in her life, not only does she act brand new, but you barely hear from her anyway. Friend or foe?
I'm jealous right now. I'm jealous.
So foe. What do y'all say?
Keep up with your friends.
I would still, yeah.
She just might not be
What
where
if
you
she had a
are.
lot of random
She might
different
got a
boos
daddy
and she
issues
just
that
so
she
funny
need
every
but
time she get a new boo?
She might have daddy issues.
Yeah,
What if her
she
daddy
might
was
be-
Yeah.
replaced?
We need to talk and communicate.
I give a lot of people passes, but to have a new boo and you
Every
different, but no, I don't care if you have a lot of
That's
new,
that
new
pillow
boos.
talk you
But to
can't
act
play with,
different
though.
over and over again, like I gotta know who you
I
are
can't
all
keep
over
up with
again.
that.
Well, no.
Yeah,
that's not.
that's when I just
So
me.
So are you friend or foe?
I will be foe on that. I'll foe her.
I fold that hoe.
Like I can take one personality
No.
and you can be with whoever you want, but I can't take the multiple
Switch.
personalities
right.
Yeah.
and then you just changing all the time. Yeah.
And that's crazy because I can see multiple personalities and kind of feel sorry for people. Like, dang, like why are you switching up like
Right.
this?
Right.
But I still.
But they're insecure.
That would
in
be a
themselves.
distance. Yeah.
I'm still
Next
gonna
question.
follow her.
Okay, let me see.
Why down?
So you've been knowing this person since middle school, probably over 20 years, sorry. But every time they tell you a story, they always add to it or change the story up. So they like put little lies in there or change it up. So friend or foe?
Friend.
Yeah, I have some
Entertaining.
habitual liars.
Entertaining.
It is entertaining. It's funny because you know they got
But you know, she lying.
You know what to
You know
expect
she lying.
every time she talks.
but
But
it's funny.
Yeah.
It's entertaining.
Yes, that's our wind down. We're gonna laugh and keep it pushing.
Okay, here's another one. So you stay encouraging and supportive for whatever it is that they do, but when it comes time for them to be supportive of the things that you do, they're never there. They're always busy and they're always making up excuses. Friend or foe?
That is definitely a foe because you have
Yeah.
to be a friend indeed.
Yep.
Because
goes both ways.
Because it goes
I
both
guess
ways.
after a certain period of time, you're like, okay, I gave you that pass. Okay, I gave you that pass. But then somewhere.
But what if it's something really serious?
But,
There's not
every
something
event in
serious
your life,
every
they
Or are
can't
we
be
gonna
there.
talk about it? Or are we gonna talk about it? Put your wine. Wait, hold up.
But for every event in your life she misses,
Or
you're
you're always
everything?
supportive.
Everything.
You're always
Not
there.
everything.
You go to her
Yeah.
kid's recital. You go
We're
to
talking
her
about them
mama's
just
repass. You
Yeah,
plan her
but
mama's
I've never
funeral.
been to
But she
none
can't
of your
come to
kids'
none of your stuff?
Never
Okay.
came to any
Yeah,
of your
that's a foe.
events.
Never
Never
came to
was
your
at
house.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
Then
you.
you'll be
It's
like,
kind of like because I'm like my own party. Sometimes
okay, how
I
about this?
feel
It's
like
okay.
that.
I'm glad that you'll give me a pass. Because
Yeah, I'm
just
just
know
gonna
I'm not
go
going to
like
show up to
this.
nothing.
Yes, you are.
you
I'm
can
not
feel
gonna
it.
be there.
Tell me I'm still your friend.
Right.
Words, right.
I would feel really bad if
Yeah.
none of y'all showed up and I send a mass message y'all saying, Gabby, Michael, and Noah have this, and nobody shows up.
I've been
What's the
nothing for you.
Right.
Sorry.
I was at the graduation.
Yes.
Y'all
yes,
show up.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you there.
Exactly. You show up.
Okay,
It's
I
all
thought she
good.
was bringing
No,
us
no.
up like I was. I'm like, I
No, no,
was.
no. You
No,
show up.
I
Show-
haven't been to anything for Baby Jane.
So she doesn't tell us.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's
right.
different.
But you
So
have
tell us
to
you don't
inform
come.
your friend. You have to communicate these
I do
events.
communicate. Yes.
Okay, so
communicate.
oh,
And
go
then I
ahead.
can go because I saw Gabby
You
play the
did.
violin.
You
I
have.
come to everything for y'all kids.
Yes.
do.
She's the.
And I babysit.
I haven't gotten that
You're a
opportunity
liar.
yet.
You're a liar.
Next
I had Gabby. I had Gabby on
the
my
same age
We're
as
going to
you.
wheel this back in.
Come on out. Come
Here's
on
the next
out.
one.
We're gonna do it
So
again.
the friend always going through something, whether it's I need a place to stay right now, I lost my job, my car broke down, I need to borrow some money. Friend or foe?
if you're always going through something?
Not always.
At what point does it stop? And at what point do you take advice? And at what point do you keep giving advice and it's ignored and you like, yeah.
It could be a friend,
I'm gonna say friend too,
just a distant friend. I mean,
but not all the time. Like,
No, but
you gotta give
the
me
question
something.
is all the time.
Is it all the time
Like
where
she
she
ain't
can-
taking no advice.
Okay,
Her
well,
life is
she's
just
Okay, well that's
and
different.
She want to be that way.
She don't even want to be a friend.
Yeah, you don't want to be a friend. You
Yeah.
like your life the way it is, so
Yeah.
keep it.
So we'll go with Fo.
We'll go with Fo on that one then.
I'm like this on it.
You like that?
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Like that.
We should have had
Okay.
something in the middle of this
I know.
one, like maybe.
Okay, so last one. You find out that the guy you're talking to slept with somebody that you're talking to, somebody else in your group is talking to them. But another group, so say I'm talking to somebody, but then Angie is talking to somebody, I mean the same person, but I know nothing about it. But you guys know about it. Are you guys considered friends or foes?
Foes. Well, friend, if I say something to both of you, because I'll be like, that nigga's gallon, and I probably can't say that.
No, you
Just say
can't.
no.
Ninja. Ninja.
He ain't no good.
Yes,
He ain't no good.
If you don't, the question is if you don't say something
Oh,
to her,
yeah.
then you are foe.
Yeah.
You're a
Right.
foe.
I know if I know I'm
What's
I'm-
going on, and
I'm
I don't say
snitching
anything
on
to
everybody.
That
I'm a
part.
foe.
She's gonna do that.
Now I would be a friend because I'm gonna tell you both.
Yeah, that's what I tell
Going
you.
down.
both.
I'm gonna say, don't tell me.
He getting 20
anything.
from
Yeah.
you and 20 from you.
And he's getting it, girl. Wine on that one. Wine down.
So it's gonna be the whole
Okay,
bottle
well,
first.
this has been a lovely friendship
Yes.
conversation with you ladies,
It
of
has.
course. So let's end on a happy little quote. Tam, can you give us that quote?
Yes, I can. Okay. So the quote is, therefore, encourage one another and build one another up, just as in fact you are doing. 1 Thessalonians 5:11.
Thank
Snap,
you.
snap, ladies.
And thank you guys for joining her. Wind down.
Our first episode.
And again, lashes off.